Hello, everybody. My name is Edwin Salas Acosta, and this is my final project for the course of Math 152 Statistical Methods I with the professor David Blevins. The operation by the US Border Patrol 2000 till 2010. Why I use this uh, lapse of time? Why? Because if you know the history about the situation of the cross the border from the, was the time to one part of the United States was part of Mexico, and after not, and after the different laws of the immigrants change with the history of time, but at the same time don't change a lot. Now this period of time was with the Bush administration, Bush son. I don't know how to say it right in English. And this is the second administration. And this happened with the Bush situation with the Twin Towers. And after the Twin Tower was changed a lot the situation out across the border, more like a situation of the national security. And for this changed a lot the statistical numbers of the immigrants, but not only the immigrants, the apprehension in the US border. This data is beginning in 2000 were obtained from the Enforcement Integrated Database of the Department of the Homeland Security. It's take attention. Now it's not only the ICE, it's the Homeland Security. For prior years, the data was obtained for the performance analysis system. Attention. This I think is something so really important to know. The numbers is not for individuals, is for represent the events. What I mean, a person maybe to try to cross the border is this one person, but each time maybe this person tried to cross the border 4 times, but the 4 times the eyes or the migra, how they say now, we Latinos make the pressure. That's what I mean, was 4 events. But it's not important if it's only one person. Okay, the source is based in the article of the Leslie Sapp, the operation by the US border 2000-2010. It's in the fact sheet July 2011, the HS Office of Immigration and Statistics. Now is the route data presentation between 2000 and 2010, and the principal country we say Mexico, Guatemala, Salvador, Honduras, because is the most people to cross the south border principal is the people more near of United States. Is it some saying to talk about Mexico so near of United States and so long of God? In between this list of is a Latin American country, we can find in the number, let me to count, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. China, Republic is because it's different. Taiwan, for example, is other country. And after Nicaragua and after Brazil, attention with the Brazil, because we found something really interesting here. Okay. Other country, and after is a Canada is part of the statistic, and all other countries and unknown. And this is the totals. I don't repeat the numbers because it's easy to see the numbers, the means by year, and the standard deviation for operation. I have the total by country. You can see the difference in Mexico and the other countries, for example. Okay. This is the pressure by year. This is the how from 2005 to 2009 go down the oppression, because in these years was the change of different laws in the United States, how with this law make effect in the oppression. And by the way, it is more difficult to cross the border. Of course, less person tried to cross and less person was make the pressure. Of course, it's more deep the problem. It's not only this kind of word, but is here. It's difficult to talk about all this in this later presentation. And by the way, these people is in the moment to cross in the border in the desert. Okay, the pressure by country, we can see easily is here Mexico in the brown color, the most, because it's more near and after Salvador, Guatemala in third place, okay? And the other countries divide in this little piece of the pie chart. Well, the median depression 2000 is 68,000, and after we can have the five numbers as summary. This, you see, in the year 2010 is the minimum of depression. In the first quartile, we can see this is like a near 500,000, and after the median is 800,000, and the third quartile is 1 million, and the maximum was in the year 2005. The standard deviation, you can see the numbers, the variance, the range of depression is 100,000, sorry, and the coefficient variation. Okay, sorry, it's difficult for me to say the numbers in English. Okay, well, and now after we see Brazil have one real weird situation when I read the statistic. In 1 year, have a 31,000 oppression. You say, why have this? I decide to take, for example, 3 countries is the normal countries we talk about when in the statistic with about oppression in with the immigrants. Cuba is more about the people who came from not for come more for water in the boats, but not for the border. China and Brazil, and you can see Brazil, it have this 30,000, and it's really different. But the other countries, like have the same trend line in the cross the border. But look the trend line about Brazil. Yes, it's really different. Okay. Then now we can see in the years in this raw data to take only these 3 countries, like a study case, only the 3 countries. For after I'll make this, I decided to make the correlation between Cuba and Brazil, because it's 2 countries. Is not always you can talk about this, and you can see here the 30,000 with a correlation of 3,000 of Cuba. Of course, if you think in 2005 the population in Cuba was 11 millions, but the population in Brazil is 186 million. It's a really difference. This of course can affect in the and how many can have depression. Okay, now after that you say, well, I tried to make the hypothesis test that it's possible this kind of depression can repeat like in 2007. Well, I make the data. It's about the 6 years between 2005 and 2010. We can see the different numbers. We're saying the sample median is the 6,000, and this is the 2005. When I want to make the test, this is the standardization variation, and this is in 0.5 because the number I want to make in the lower. Okay, the null hypothesis of this to be equal is about 3,000 or to be lower, and the test statistics is less for 0.99 in the critical value. You can see in the p-value. And the conclusion, what is it? Is to reject. There is because it's a significant evidence. The mean is lower than 31,000 in this hypothesis test about the Brazil oppression can repeat like the 2005. Okay, in the conclusion, normally studies are made of the majority of the immigration that is from Mexico. In the past administration, say Trump, you know, like all the Mexicans call it Mexicans, but we are not all Mexican, the immigrants. You can see China, Brazil, and the people are really a little different. You know, Canada too. But the reality is that population across the border illegal is very diverse. For this reason, when analyzing the table of the data by countries between 2005 till 2010, I found outside that was Brazil in 2005. I said it before. From there, I analyzed the other correlating countries such as Cuba and Brazil, and then I did the hypothesis the situation when 2005 will be repeat. but the tendency is not, and after they send an hypothesis test, it's possible not. But of course, it's hypothesis test because we don't know in the future is it happen a particular event. Like for example, in IT, is a lot of people from IT in 2020 to arrive in United States. Why? Because was a particular situation. For example, the murder, the president in IT, what the people say, oh, is it so dangerous my country? I need to escape. And just arrive thousand people of Brazil. Maybe in the future, when we analyze it, we can find a new outsider, IT, like a Brazil. I make a little research in 2005. I don't find really a special facts to happen in Brazil. For what reason happened this? A lot of Brazilian people decide to come in the United States. Why? I don't know. Because it's no special laws. For example, the special laws made it in the last administration about banned some countries of the Middle East don't come to the United States. Of course, it's no more repression because it was completely banned. But we don't know exactly, and this is something we can really understand. But it's only one number because we don't need to forget these people is not only numbers, and this is for this I want to talk at the end of this. In this, I want to dedicate to all the human beings for different reasons, for poverty, probably concealing, or for to search a better future. My grandma always say we need to always the human search where is better the sun or better the life. Yes, and these people, die every day to try to cross the border, drowning in the river, for tears in the desert, to bite for a snake in the desert, or the worst, for a bullet for the border patrol, or for avengers, for some people to hunting these Mexicans. They are not just numbers, their numbers have face and family, like Claudia Patricia Gomez Gonzalez, who was killed by the U.S. Border Patrol agent on Wednesday, May 23 in 2018. She was only 19 years old, but now she's other number in the statistic of the murderers. Thank you for your time, thank you for your attention.